in the season, and you had basically a complete, turnover with your staff. How's that been so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's been for having still been in a dead period up until the end of May. It was a pretty busy spring, but it's worked out really well. I like the way it's come together, both in terms of our roster and our staff. And so I'm looking forward to having all these guys continue to get to know each other and work well, and see what we can do to build off of some of the things that we did last year.
I have to think that now that the dead period is over and you are moving forward I'd have to think that having that complete staff, knowing who those guys are, makes it easier to bring guys in.
Yeah, but I mean, that was never going to take a back seat. I mean, we were still pretty aggressive recruiting. I mean, we had a kid here on June 1st. We have one here on June 3rd. We got one here now. I mean, there'll be kids on this campus all the time because recruiting so much of what we do and what we're about, and on both sides. Me personally, I've been kind of chomping at the bit to get back engaged in person with kids and their families, and I think the kids have been really looking forward to getting on campuses and seeing coaches and being seen. So I think both sides have really just embraced this opportunity to be back involved in the recruiting from a face-to-face standpoint.
This 2022 class, we'll talk about recruiting. This 2022 class seems like it could be a big one for you guys with the potential of a lot of guys leaving. Do you look at it any different than another class, or kind of what goes into that?
There's a lot of elements to this thing now. So yes and no. We'll be our normal aggressive selves, but when the new staff asked, like, Coach, what many scholarships do we have next year? Right, the magic question. They'll learn. Just got to get to 13 by next year. So between a portal and seeing 22 guys for the first time in a year, I mean, it's going to be a different look to the recruiting cycle this year. So, but there's no question we could have quite a bit of turnover, but we still only have one true senior that is a counter. Right, Bryce's deals, he doesn't count, so we only have Ice as the only true senior, but could have. Avery will be in the conversation. Caleb potentially could be in that conversation. So we'll see. Could be looking at 3 or 4 guys. Bryce, obviously, if he has the type of year that Thompson now, if he has the type of year that people think he's capable of, he could be in the conversation. So just try to be good this year. And if they're all good enough to go, that means we had a pretty good team. And, our phone rings a little bit different now than it did 3 years ago, and I hope that continues to be the trend.
I think you still have one scholarship to give for this coming season. Is that something you intend on filling, or is it kind of wait and see?
Yeah, I mean, we always recruit. If we didn't have a scholarship to fill right now, we would be recruiting because you just don't know. You know less now than ever before. Right? There was a time when I first got into coaching where probably by end of April, you felt pretty good. This is your roster, and you knew, all right, I got 3 sophomores and 2 juniors. My senior class, I'm going to have 3 juniors and 2 seniors, and there's no class balance, with the transfer portal and all that stuff. So there's a scholarship open currently, but we're always aggressive in that regard. And I don't feel like I have to fill it, but if the right type of player is available, we certainly will.